Hello, Freedom Family. My dad is really tired tonight.
She's working me too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I've
Dad.
got to go to bed.
Yeah, I know. We're just going to do this video. But we did an event in Mosman today, which is a really busy and beautiful part of Sydney. But, you know, I really don't like cities, I got to be honest. Driving the vans is kind of hard in those busy
up
areas.
and down the hills. Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I hope I have nothing at the top here that's going to like fall over. But anyway, that's not what the event was about. The event was at 10:30 in the morning, and actually it was a full room, wasn't it? It was packed, right? And this group actually started off as an RDA group originally, which is really nice, but they've changed names and merged with other people. Anyway, I have to confess something to those of you who were there. The communication leading up to the event was a little bit confusing, and it was a little bit overwhelming, and I didn't really understand exactly what was going to happen. But there was another event at 1 o'clock somewhere else, and I kind of knew that some people would be leaving to go to that event, but I was a little bit arrogant, and I thought that maybe halfway through my speech I would entice enough people to not leave. And that was stupid, because the other event had Malcolm Roberts and Craig Kelly and all these amazing people, and halfway through my talk a lot of people got up and left. And that was really humbling for me, because I didn't entice them to say, but I should have asked the question at the beginning of the event. I should have asked people to raise their hand who's going to the other event, and if half the room had raised their hand, I would have then condensed my talk to accommodate everybody. And also Topher Field was there, and he was supposed to go to the event, and he was 2 hours late because he had to wait for the end of my talk, and I didn't know that. So my problem was I didn't inquire enough, I didn't ask enough questions, and I got left feeling quite embarrassed with how I handled the situation. I think I didn't quite know, but at the same time I should have asked more questions instead of trying to bulldoze the situation. And so for those of you who did leave halfway through, I'm absolutely not, I'm not offended, but I'm more so sad that I didn't get the opportunity to condense my talk and say the most important things that I think I have to say, instead of just you hearing half the talk, which wasn't the most important part. So what do you have to say about this? It was really hard. It was quite difficult for me, and I'm recovering from it, and I'm really sorry.
I felt for you. Like it was mass chaos for a while. and people were coming to the table, but they didn't know what we were selling, what it was about, anything like it was very confusing for everyone. Yeah. But honestly, that's what these events are about, aren't they? Like, you know, you have to go with the flow, and we never know what to expect when we get there, right? And so I think it was a good learning curve.
Yeah, but I only have 10 more events, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this experience again, except for the fact that yeah, look, I'm humbled by making this mistake, and I appreciate the people that stayed and weathered all the disaster and chaos. And by the way, someone already messaged their friend and said that they thought it was a great event. So I'm probably my own worst enemy, and it's maybe wasn't as bad as that. But anyway, what do you think?
It is what it is, darling. You just have to accept it. We're solution-based, remember?
We are solution-based.
So it is whatever happened, and that's it.
Yes.
And it's all good.
It was a full room, though, for half the event. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for your support. And I am going to put out a full version of my talk when the tour is finished. So if you did like the first half, please do listen to the second half, because I really wanted you to hear all of it. And I hope the second event was amazing, and I support what they're doing over there as well. I think it was a climate realist event, talking about the climate change hoax that we all know is a hoax. But anyway, I've eaten enough humble pie for one night, I think. Anything else you'd like to say?
I really enjoyed Topher's speech.
Yes.
I was really touched and moved by the courage he had to share what he did.
Yeah. Which part? Do you want to reiterate it?
Oh, it's in his book, so I'm not exposing.
No, you can reiterate
anything.
it.
Yeah, okay. Just, you know, how, you know, you mentioned he gave you the very advice that he didn't take himself, because he took on people's, you know, he was reading emails when people were reaching out and they were in so much pain, and he has such a big heart, he just couldn't help but respond, and that kept him awake, you know. And to keep awake, he was having a drink of wine or two, and it got on. I'm
sure it was more than that.
Whatever it was, it became a problem after that, you know. But he humbly, you know, that's it, he humbly admitted it. He obviously has a very supportive wife. You know, and that's so important. And that's the thing too, though, isn't it? Like when people come from a place of of having made a mistake, admitting it, and move forward, they're a better, stronger person for it. So I just had a lot of admiration for Topher.
Yeah, I agree. And his talks are getting a lot more positive as time goes on as well. And, you know, he made a point of the fact that we're actually winning, but we just don't really see it. It's not obvious, and the mainstream media aren't going to tell us that rational thinking is winning. But actually, a lot of things have happened, like the misinformation bill has been sidelined for now, and that's because a lot of people were speaking up against it, and he thinks that we're winning, and I think it's really nice to hear him say that.
And the doctor that spoke also in the beginning.
I didn't hear much of what he said.
Yeah. So that was his message.
Mum's more awake at this moment. So.
He spoke very well, and he obviously has a really good blog page that people follow. He's obviously very intelligent.
I'll put it in the description.
Yes, okay. But, you know, he had a really clear message to give, and that is that, you know, whatever we're doing is important in meeting up, and we are getting some wins, and the pressure we're putting on is having an impact, and people need to hear that message.
Yeah, he kept saying, we are winning, we are winning.
Wow.
So
So I say we are ready. He says we are winning.
We are
I
winning.
think both are very, very good.
Yes.
So that means the doctor, Topher, and me all said the same thing, which is the most important thing is to build our networks and to build that trust, because when stuff hits the fan, we're going to need to support each other.
That's it.
We don't want to have to depend on each other, but if we do, we're going to be glad we put the effort in.
Yeah.
Basically.
Perfectly
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Well, that's enough for one evening. See you later. See you at the next event. We've got 10 events to go. It's going to be great, and
Only 10?
nothing will be as difficult as that one.
I agree.
Let's not touch wood. There's wood here. Okay. See you later.